All right. Hello, everybody. It's Zara. I'm back with another question about the practical application of the law of attraction to our lives. The question today comes from Kim. I'm going to read the question out to you. It is about her having to deal with her parents. So Kim says, my parents are notorious for showing up at my doorstep with food without calling ahead. They're Chinese and have no notion of boundaries. I've told them that nobody likes unannounced visitors, and my kids did not appreciate that either. My dad answered that they're my parents and not strangers. I told them that even parents need to respect boundaries and not just drop by because they're authoritative figures, as in Chinese culture. I did not have any negative feelings when I spoke, as I was being truthful. I used to have problems speaking my mind and always seek their approval. But I do not have them anymore. Now, with Lunar New Year around the corner, my brother was trying to set up a family dinner, which we all agreed to prior. But with this incident that happened, my dad called him to cancel the dinner. I'm actually feeling fine with it. However, I also remember Abraham said to be kind and to love. I don't feel like I need to apologize for something I believe in. I also think that perhaps I'm teaching people around me now who I am. If my parents repel and don't want to co-create, I'm okay with that. All right. But still seeking advice. Here's the thing, my dear Kim. It's not wrong for you to want your boundaries. It is absolutely okay for you to want to have boundaries with your parents as well as other people. It's totally okay. The problem here is that in the process of communicating your boundaries, you withdrew your love from your parents. And a withdrawal of love never goes well. You see, and Abraham has taught us. Abraham says to first align and then act. And you acted first and now you are seeking alignment. You see, if you had asked yourself the question, how does my inner being feel about this? Then the answer you would have got would have been that your parents love you. That's why they are showing up to see you. And they're not showing up. So if they show up and you're in the middle of something, you don't need to drop anything that you're doing. You don't need to get your children out of their rooms to come down and hang out with their grandparents. If they are coming to see you, they're coming because they love you. So the main question is, how does your inner being feel about this? You see, the reason you're feeling bad is because your perspective and the perspective of your inner being is different. If it was the same, you wouldn't be feeling bad just now. And you wouldn't be asking for advice on what to do. The only time one asks for advice on what to do is because you don't have your own answer, which means you're not listening to the guidance that is coming to you from within. So my question to you is, what advice do you think your inner being would give you? You see, my perspective or anyone else's perspective or advice does not matter. The only advice that matters is the advice that your inner being would give you. So ask the question, what should I do? And the answer will come. Abraham always tells us to make our decisions from a place high on the emotional scale. And Abraham always tells us to find alignment first, alignment before action. So my question to you is, did you act from a place of alignment high on the emotional scale? Because if you had acted from a place high on the emotional scale, your parents would not be feeling angst just now. They would not be retaliating because you would have given them that answer and it would have come to them from a place of love. It would not, what you did is you withdrew love. Your response to them came from a place of frustration or anger. Anger. They're always like this. They have no respect for me. When you say things like that, they have no respect. They have no boundaries. There's no love in that. You're not feeling love towards them when you say things like that about them. And so when you say to them, don't come to my place unannounced, I don't like it and you shouldn't do it, there's a withdrawal of love in that. And the reason you're feeling bad about it just now is because you are feeling your withdrawal of love. Because your withdrawal of love has created a separation between you and your inner being. You and your inner being are not in alignment. You have a divergence going on. And so you just need to bring yourself back into alignment. And that does not mean, I am not saying that means that you need to go and apologize. But it does mean that you need to start sending a vibration of love towards your parents. Pushing back against them is not going to help. Treating them as authoritative figures is not going to help. Because that pushback, you're pushing back against them. And your freedom, I totally get that what you really want is your freedom. You can have your freedom without withdrawing love. You don't have to withdraw your love. You can say the same thing with a lot of love. And you can actually say the words, I love you so much, my parents. I love you, I honor you. I respect you. I really value the fact that you want to drop in on me. But it's not always a good time. Love you so much. It would be really helpful if you called me before you came. See? The same words can be said from a place of anger. And the same words can be said from a place high on the emotional scale. The impact that you have on the person who is at the receiving end is completely different. And that's the important thing. Not that we want to make it easy for your parents, not that we want to control their response to you. What we want is to make sure that you stay aligned with your own inner being in whatever action you take, in whatever you do, and in whatever you think. So we want to bring you up the emotional scale, which means restoring love. A restoration of love. When you say something to someone, but you say it with love, it never goes wrong. It can never go wrong. Try it with your own children. When your children ask you for something, you can respond in two ways. You can say, get lost. I can't do it for you. You're always asking for things. And say it with anger. Or you can hold your child and say, love you very much. Can't do this. And your child in one instance will be unhappy. And in the other instance, the child will understand that you're not going to give them what they're asking for, but you still love them. And so that's the way to deal with your parents as well. Love them, but you don't have to give them what they're asking for. It's about keeping the flowing of love constant and open. And when love is in the mix, nothing can ever go wrong. So, Kim, I hope that this response helps you. And I hope that you can bring yourself to a place of restoring love in your heart. And then you will see everything will magically settle itself. You don't have to settle anything. All right, folks, that's it for today. Please, before you leave us a comment and click on that thumbs up And if you would like to come back to my channel and visit with me again, do subscribe and click on the notification bell. Bye for now.